Good evening, good morning, whatever. I have just got done. I know some of you are going to comment or whatever. Hey, it's only 10 extra dollars. Let me get into it, all right? Before you rush to, comment or immediately dislike, let me try to persuade you. Because I feel like for those of you that support the $70 price hike, I maybe can say something that I've been thinking about, which will make you think about it a little bit more. All right. And for those of you who support the $70, well, then what I'm about to tell you, you can probably fully agree with. I guess something funny is that I went on Google and I looked up companies charging $70 for the games because I wanted to see all of the AAA companies or what companies are actually charging $70. And the first top story that popped up on Google is by CNET. And it says inflation hits gaming. Microsoft will charge $70, which is new. This is the reason why I wanted to make this video, is Microsoft recently, four of their titles they're going to be charging $70 for. One of them is Forza Motorsport. The other three are, I don't fucking remember because I don't care, because I won't be paying $70 for them. It's funny how CNET says inflation hits gaming. It's not inflation. PlayStation 5 started this 2 fucking years ago. It's not inflation. It has nothing to do with inflation. It just has to do with the fact they want to make more money. Anyway. We're going to be calm the rest of this video. I'm going to drive home some points. So I'm going to start with the fact that the companies charging $70 are AAA studios. Only the AAA studios charging $70. AAA studios. Now, if you will, think about it like this. The studio is charging $70 for their games. How much are they worth? Millions? Tens of millions of dollars? Billions of dollars even? Weird how the studios charging the extra $10, from what they say, they're going to, it's so they can give more money to the devs and whatnot, are already making tens of millions to billions of dollars yearly. And, and also I like how they bring up, it's so the devs can make more money. How about instead of paying your CEO tens of millions of dollars a year, you don't pay him tens of millions of dollars a year and you diverse that back into the company. Then bada bing, bada boom, you don't have to charge more for your games. Listen, y'all know the 10 extra dollars isn't going into the devs' pockets. It's going into the CEO and whoever else owns the company. It's not going in. Maybe some companies will give raises to their devs and whatnot, but let's be honest, they probably fucking won't. It's weird that it's the AAA companies, all right? I don't care about price. The price of games going up. It's the fact that it's the AAA companies making millions to hundreds of millions of dollars. Let me drill this in your mind for those of you, or at least the people out there, which I haven't seen any. I've seen a couple people be like, well, it's for the devs to make more money. The devs aren't making more money. It's not going to be the devs. It's a multi-billion-dollar AAA company, multi-billion, all right? The company's already got millions of dollars to pay out to their devs if they need, but they don't to begin with. It's just so the CEOs and the company itself can make more money, not the fucking devs. They don't care about them. They just know that you're willing to pay 10 extra dollars for the game and they're going to scam you for it. It would make sense for an indie company to charge more, right? Because the indie company has less people working on the game, could use the money more than a AAA multi-billion dollar, tens of million of dollar, however much the company is worth. That more than a million, I'll tell you that, because it's a AAA studio. A AAA studio is usually referring to a big name studio, and it's a big name studio because they're already worth a lot of money. So it'd make more sense for an indie game to charge more, 10 extra dollars or whatever. But I already know that's not going to happen because people are more willing to pay $30 for an indie game from a company they don't know than $40, or they're more willing to pay $20 than $30, and so on. It's funny, you don't see the smaller companies charging more. You don't see, some small indie studio like Stardew Valley being like, we're going to charge more for our game so our devs can make more money. No, it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 who's pulling in hundreds of millions of dollars a fucking year. How does that make any sense? Please, for those of you that, okay, I said I wasn't gonna get mad, but I'm fucking getting mad. For those of you that actually support this $70 price hike, all right? I'm not gonna, and I know you're gonna comment, it's only 10 extra dollars. We're gonna get into that part, by the way. Minus the fact that's only 10 extra dollars. Why the fuck does Modern Warfare 2 need to charge $70 just so they could pay a little bit more to their devs when they've already made hundreds of millions of dollars the last however many years? It makes no sense. And I get it, Modern Warfare 2 is the best COD game since Modern Warfare 2019. The problem is it's only the best COD game since Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2019 was not good. Call of Duty Cold War was not good. Call of Duty Vanguard should not have even existed, and Modern Warfare 2 is just Modern Warfare 2019, but with mostly positive changes to it. And yes, that's good, they made positive changes, but guess what? It's worse than every Call of Duty game since before Modern Warfare 2019. It's worse than Black Ops 4. It's worse than Black Ops 3. It's worse than Black Ops 2. It's worse than Black Ops. It's worse than Modern Warfare 2 2009. It's worse than Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It is worse than every COD game that has come before it. These last generation of COD games have been dog shit. Look at Vanguard. How can you look at Vanguard and still say, I'm willing to be a retard and pay $70 for Modern Warfare 2? Alright, granted, that's a little far. I didn't mean that. You know I didn't mean that. But still, look, I get it. Modern Warfare 2 was a better game, and that's a stretch. Alright? The game itself is great, and if you want to spend $70 on a game, that's fine. But here's the problem with the fact that it's $10 extra. Yeah, $10 extra until you want to buy 2 games, and then it's 20, and then 3, and it's 30, and then 4, and it's 40. You see where I'm going? Now, and then I also want to bring up the fact that for younger people, you know, or younger people in high school or, you know, younger than that who can't get a job and, you know, they have to rely on Christmas or their birthday to get a video game or a gift like that, and they're not wealthy, all right? Because $70 is a lot of fucking money, to be honest. And they're not wealthy, and that was me. I was that person. My family is not wealthy. Granted, I'm not poor living on the street. I don't have money like that. Now, right now, I'm an adult and I work a job and I make my own money and I can buy whatever I want whenever I want and I could afford a $70 game. But when I was younger, there were times where I couldn't even afford a $60 game. All right, I remember when Borderlands 2 released, it was $60. I called up my dad because a bunch of my friends, you know, everybody on Xbox 360 was playing it, and I was like, Dad, that was 2012, so I was either 11 or 12 when it released. I was like, Dad, can I get Borderlands 2? It's like $60, and he's like, no, you can't spend 60. And he's like, you can spend 20 if you want. I was like, okay. Or I think I asked him, I'm like, can I spend 20 then? Because, you know, whatever. And he's like, all right. So with his PayPal account, I bought Borderlands 1 because it was only $20 on the Xbox Live store. And that's how I got Borderlands 1. But again, I literally couldn't even afford a $60 game. How the fuck would I be able to afford a $70 game? You know, for parents that don't make a whole lot of money, $60 was already a lot to begin with for a game. Granted, most of the time when they would buy the games would be closer to Christmas, so the games would be on sale. If you're buying a physical copy, which most people don't nowadays, but back then when you bought physical copies, it was like, okay, you usually want to buy the gift before Christmas itself. And most of the time the games go on sale around Christmas, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 hasn't even gone on sale yet, and it's already December 6th. Granted, I expect it will, but still, it's like $60 is still a lot of money, especially now with the economic situation that's going on with inflation and just all of this crazy shit where people are making even less money and prices of shit has gone up to an extreme amount. $60 was a lot in any circumstance to begin with, and now 70. And granted, for those of you Reddit tards right now that are sitting there like, well, it's only $10 extra. Brother, you're 20-some years old and you can work a fucking job and you don't have anything else to pay for. I mean, even for the person who is living on their own and is an adult, all right? If you say take an adult who's living on their own, living in an apartment or something, it might be hard for them to even afford a fucking $70 game. You know, even a $60 game is like, I got this expense. Like, they might not even have a shitty job, you know, that doesn't pay a lot. They might make a fair amount of money and still, you know, it's like, holy shit, I gotta pay for this, I gotta pay for my food, I gotta pay for my internet, all right? I have to pay for PlayStation Network, or if I use a console, I have to pay for that, and it's like, you know, I have to pay for my other shit, my expenses, and it's like my dog food. It's like, do I even have enough to pay? And it's like, yeah, you can save your money. Games keep coming out, you know? When you want to buy multiple games, it's like, okay, I can save up my money. Like, two $60 games is over $100. And now we're just tacking on another $10 game, you know, that would be an extra 20. You know what I'm getting at with that. But I want to say something else. Boo over the people that do support the $70 because it's only 10 extra dollars, all right? And if you have the 60, you have the 70, all right? So this one right here, what I'm about to say is for those of you. I already talked about the fact that the companies charging more are the multi-million dollar, billion-dollar companies to begin with who don't need to raise the prices. But I'll bring this into the situation too. These AAA companies are the same companies that you complained about years ago. Not even that long ago, fucking a year or 2 years ago. These are the same companies that you said were releasing broken and buggy games and that everybody knew were releasing broken and buggy games that shouldn't have even been released. Unfinished games, unfinished products, broken products are now charging more for their games. And there are people out there fucking supporting this. This entire practice is anti-consumer. This doesn't do anything to pay to give more money to their devs. They have the fucking money to give to their devs. They just refuse to do it because the higher-ups want to make as much as possible. And I know, me saying this isn't going to change anything. I know this because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 pulled in $800 million its initial week. Why the fuck would they ever go back to $60? I don't care if games, every single AAA game becomes $70 and that's how it is for the rest of the time. I will simply never pay $70. I will wait until the game goes on sale. Is one person going to make a difference? Not at all, but I don't care. I simply don't. And for those of you that truly can see how stupid and honestly anti-consumer this is and how it genuinely, the fact that it's for the devs or whatever they're putting the money toward is just a bunch of bullshit, then don't support the games. Wait till it goes on sale. All right? I don't care if my friends are over here all playing Modern Warfare 2 or whatever $70 game, having the funnest time of their life. I don't care. I don't support it. I'm not going to pay for it. For those of you that, are like, it's only $10 extra, I guarantee you, at least one of the companies that is charging $70 for their game, you complained about. Every AAA studio has had a complaint in the last 5+ years with one of their games being literally unfinished and buggy. All right, Call of Duty Vanguard, Call of Duty Cold War, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, look at EA, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I don't know if did people have complaints about Battlefront 2? Yeah, that Battlefront 2 was the one where there was horrible microtransactions and shit, right? I'm pretty sure it was that one. All of these games, and it's funny. I want to bring up something else too, which I think is hilarious, which I talked about to other people, and it's Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 5, released in 2012. That game pulls in billions of dollars every year. Billions every year. It released for $60. And for the last few years now, you can pick it up for under 30, under $30 easily. It's been out for so long, and it still makes billions of dollars every year. Granted, it's because of the microtransactions and the online and all that, but it makes billions of dollars a year. You sitting there right now, can you tell me what you think the price of Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be? Because you know damn well it's going to be $70 fucking dollars. If it releases for 60, well, huge fucking props to them. Honestly, I don't know what I would say if it actually releases for 60. I'd be like, okay, for all the shitty shit Take-Two has done and Rockstar, hey, I'll give it to you. You're not fucking. I mean, it's billions of dollars a year. Do they really need to charge 10 extra fucking dollars for Grand Theft Auto 6? God no. God fucking no. But they're still probably gonna do it, and I don't fucking blame them. All right, look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, $800 million on its initial release. $800 million, holy fuck, it's probably already made $1 billion already. Remember, that's not including the 10 extra dollars for the battle pass and the however much money they're charging for, $20 per skin pack. By the way, Modern Warfare 2 is $70. You're paying $70 for a game that you still have to buy a battle pass for, and then buy other microtransaction skins for. That shit is ridiculous. Somebody else has made a video about this before, but battle passes should not be in any game that isn't free. It's scummy. Microtransactions shouldn't be in AAA games to begin with. Very rare circumstances. That's where I wanted to leave off at. Look at the company, all right? I don't care if you go and pay $70 for a game. Whatever. I'm not hating on you. I'm not going to hate on you. I'm not going to say that's wrong. I'm not gonna fucking spit in your face. I don't care. When you see a game released for $70 and you go, oh, that's, I've heard of that series. I might buy that. Look at the game. Look at the company. Look at how much money that company has made in the last however many years, or how much they make every year. And then look at their history. Look at the games they've released over the last few years. Oh, that game, they released that 3 years ago when it flopped. It was awful. The reviews were horrible. It was broken and buggy, and it shouldn't have even been released. And oh, there's a lawsuit because of how broken the game. Granted, there are probably going to be games out there that are worth the 70. I've recently bought Need for Speed Unbound. That game is $70. I didn't pay 70 for it, by the way. I paid 53. I bought it on G2A. Whether you support G2A and that shit, I'm not gonna get into, but I bought it for 53 bucks. I'm still not supporting $70 games, but Need for Speed Unbound isn't a perfect game, but it's the best Need for Speed game in a long time, and guess what? 0 microtransactions. None. Everything is unlocked by playing the game. This is fucking crazy. They had no reason to do this. They didn't have to do this, but they said, fuck it. We're actually gonna make a decent game. We're actually gonna make a good game. All right? And it's funny because having microtransactions in their game, people wouldn't think about because it's so normal nowadays, especially for AAA games. A battle pass or a season pass, nobody would bat an eye to it. Yet they don't have it. They said, we're going back to the roots. We're going back to what people enjoy, buying the game and getting everything in the game. Granted, they might add stuff later on. I don't know yet, but still. For those of you, even if you don't agree with me, and you think the $70 price hike is fine, whatever. That's fine. Clearly, it's not going to change. I mean, like I said before, with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, $800 million, there's no reason for them to ever, any company nowadays, especially after seeing what Modern Warfare 2 did. When a game releases for 70, look at the game's track record, and then look at the game itself and go, maybe I should wait until Christmas when the game's going to go on sale. I don't know. That's what I'm doing for Modern Warfare 2. It's not like I'm not going to buy the game. I enjoy COD, but I don't support the 70, and I'm waiting until I could find it for at least 60 or less. So, yeah. And $70 games, personally, I will never buy one. Maybe. Unless it's Borderlands. I really, really like Borderlands, but after Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, I don't know if I'll ever buy a Borderlands game on release again after Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, because that shit, ugh. I wish I didn't buy the Super Deluxe or whatever the fuck I bought for that. But yeah, other than that, just look at the game, think about it. Look at how much money the company's made and say to yourself, when's the next Steam sale? Maybe I'll just wait until then. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you in the next one.